Hey, how's it going? This is Tom Burkhardt for Car Revs Daily in the 2015 Hyundai Azera Limited. We are on a little gravel road near my house in Charleston, South Carolina, and the purpose of this this quick video is to illustrate the Azera's incredibly surprising and delightful handling. This is a really solid machine. I mean, solid 5 Series competitor, I would say. And the handling is totally transformed versus what I would have ever expected from the Hyundai Azera. So of course, this is Hyundai's mid-size luxury entry, coming in with a loaded price of $39,039 flat, including the shipping charge. And we have a 3.3 liter V6 making 293 horsepower, 255 foot-pounds of torque at 5,300 RPM, and really just stellar handling. So the purpose of being on gravel, we have the stability and traction control off, by the way. The purpose being, I want to get up to a set speed of about 25 to 30 miles an hour. Okay, so we're at 25 right now, and really just illustrate the handling. So these are sort of constant throttle, but with throttle off, you have a lot of passive rear oversteer, and just really incredible handling dynamics and handling balance. For a front-wheel drive luxury car, to be able to do that on a gravel road is really rare and special, particularly from Hyundai, you know, who is working really hard to build their dynamic reputation, but to date, you know, has built cars that are a lot more impressive as a static display, you know, with their features and comfort and design. But you know, on the road, anything above like 7/10 driving, until it was very recently that Hyundais have started to really excel in that area. So let's point the camera forwards now. Got point you there, tighten it up, and just do another demonstration. The fact that this vehicle is being on gravel really shows the level of suspension tuning and handling focus that Hyundai had when making this luxury car. So back up to now 30 miles an hour. See, just like really neutral, really relaxed. On throttle, it just stays, you know, plugging forward, but with a relaxed sort of. I mean, this is a really neutral and fantastic handling balance that the Azera displays. It just has a perfect front and rear calibration. With these 19-inch wheels in Hyper Silver, I believe is what they're called. Obviously, we have a really wide and sticky rubber, which helps, but it really comes down to the actual suspension and handling tuning. And I'm just so impressed that I wanted to take this quick video to show how natural the Azera feels. And even while I was just taking pictures of it, I was thinking to myself, you know, I think I like this car better than the Lexus ES300 dynamically. It just feels a lot more just playful and fun. I mean, you can see we're just like hanging the tail out there in a very, you know, just not a stressful way, but a way that shows you that the performance and that the handling is balanced enough to overcome its front drive origins. So a very competitive full-size segment these days. We've actually had the time spent behind the wheel of the Chrysler 300 Limited, the Toyota Avalon Hybrid recently, Buick LaCrosse. We've got Lexus ES300 or ES350 rather, and ES300H. We really just have been fortunate enough to spend time and are really realizing that the full-size segment is extremely competitive these days. I mean, you really can't. There's just a lot of great cars in the $35,000 to $40,000 range that offer large sedan comfort, luxury features, technology, and just hopefully a really great sort of 5 Series and E-Class handling balance. But in practice, a lot of the cars have not exactly, you know, they haven't, without a premium badge rather, you just haven't gotten, you know, all of the handling focus that maybe you might have wanted in like a 5 Series competitor. So just we're back on the roads right now. Sample of the Azera. This car feels great. It feels really good. We have dual continuously variable valve timing, which really helps the 3.3 liter sing. I mean, obviously, as you can hear and feel in that little acceleration burst, the car not only has great power, but it sounds pretty good. Transmission's pretty good. Just a 6-speed automatic here. And we don't have a sport mode in the Azera, but it is always pretty responsive and feels like it's, you know, game and ready to go. Steering, exceptional. I mean, overall handling dynamics on the road are superb. It feels like it has a terrific amount of grip, but it's also extremely quiet and rides extremely smoothly. There is, you know, a sense of what kind of road is underneath you, but there's just no wobble or sort of lateral or vertical types of like float that you sometimes get in these big luxury cars. So overall, really impressed with the Azera Limited. I think that the car is has a bunch of great features going for it. So it's definitely worth a drive. I love also the new LED lighting outside. It has a sort of like a corona of light around the HID projector, and it sort of it forms like a little bit of a Gatling gun style lamp accent, which is cool. It recalls, you know, the Q45 with those awesome headlights from the early 2000s. We also have like an LED swish above on the top of the lamps, and a new LED C-shaped lighting in the back that looks very Jaguar-esque. The car looks good on the road. These 19-inch wheels are great. We have Eclipse Black as the paint on this model, and even the paint looks really good and looks really deep and rich. So very impressive exterior overall. Oh, and one thing I forgot is in the front there are LED fog lights, and that's like a 5-pack of individual LED units on each front lower corner of the vehicle. It looks really solid, but there is like a little bit of a downside with the lighting setup, because we have DRL, we have auto, DRL off, parking lights, and headlights. And there's no real setting where you can ride around with the Corona lenses around, like the circles and the LED slash and the LED fogs lit. You can't have all those lit at the same time. First off, you have to have like the HID involved, and then second of all is the actual the LEDs do not form a they're not the actual DRL of the vehicle. There is still like a low beam, or a high beam based daytime running light that likes to come on, which is kind of weird. It seems like, you know, the DRL should be able to do that function. So a little disappointed there, but overall, the Azera is very striking. Feels incredibly balanced, great handling, really good cabin. Loving these seats with the adjustable squab that comes out. You know, you could make the more support underneath your thighs, which is a great like Mercedes and BMW feature that dramatically increases comfort in vehicles for me. Heated and cooled seats here, huge moonroof. Not sure if you can see, but yeah, great features. The tech is really quick. The info center and all this stuff is really very responsive. It has actual swipe controls, like you swipe up to look at the menus, which is fun, and just a great feel inside here, as well as a really good driving position that's achievable via all of these adjustments. It's got power lumbar on the side of the seat, and then the rest of the adjustments are sort of over on the side of the door here in this sort of carbon weave effect trim. It's very classy. It feels really good. It feels good. So let's do like a full launch, and then and you'll get a sense of the Azera's performance a little bit. So 293 horsepower, 255 foot-pounds of torque, 6-speed automatic. So that's 60. That was over there. It has a great sort of creamy and rigid body feel as you are accelerating, which some of these like front drive and rear drive full-size cars, I was gonna call them boats. Some of these boats, you know, really they're not that pleasant like as you're caning them. You know, the ES350 like will get up and go and is pretty quick as well, but you definitely know that the car is kind of like, oh god, you know, it's like stressing about it. And whereas the Azera has a really planted feel even during those acceleration demos, which is a testament to the suspension tune as well as the overall chassis refinement and design. So very good feel revs, it didn't feel super quick. I mean, it felt like 7 seconds, maybe like 6.8 to 7.2 would be the range I would give it. So it could be a little quicker. I mean, things like the new BMW 340, for example, with xDrive is doing the sprint in 4.6 seconds. So, you know, and that car comes in at like $10,000 more than the Azera here. But even so, you know, it's worth noting that a lot of those and any of the BMW Turbo 6s are easily in the low 5s, and the 4s, the low 6s. So just as like a ballpark, I think the Azera should be quicker. But, you know, will most buyers be disappointed with the power? Absolutely not. There's good power, and it's a really sonorous engine. It sounds good, as well as the transmission being pretty good as well. It's really, it's good. It's just a good one. So, all right, well, hopefully this video has been pretty informative and at changing your perception of the 2015 Hyundai Azera Limited. This car is available now and has a base price for, I think, some of the cheaper trims of about like $34,000. Don't quote me. But then this Limited comes in with 0 options. It's like just completely loaded at 38 something plus $900 for transit. Okay, see you soon. This is Tom Burkhardt for car-revs.